This conference will now be recorded.
Today we'll discuss about schedule Apex. I'll show you how to queue using schedule Apex. It's not listed in this document. Then we'll talk about annotations. Annotations are very important. So let's talk about schedule Apex. Schedule Apex. Schedule Apex is used to schedule an Apex class. This is an asynchronous process. Schedule Apex is an asynchronous process. Similar to batch Apex, schedule Apex is also an asynchronous process. Okay. So whenever we create a batch, how to run that batch? Let me just log in. So if you remember, we have written batch class yesterday and we try to execute it, right? I'm just searching for the batch Apex that we have written. Okay, so that slide is missing. Okay, so if you remember, we have written a batch Apex and how we are executing it. Some account cleaning. So account cleaning batches or batch test. So yesterday we have seen how to execute this. We executed from this anonymous window, right? Imagine, will an end user also will log in into developer console, just go to anonymous window and execute the Apex? Definitely not, right? So end user will not do anything from the setup or dev console. He will not have that knowledge. Then how a batch Apex or any Apex which should automatically happen will be scheduled or will be executed. So schedule Apex is one of the way. So invoke Apex classes to run at specific times. So schedule Apex is used to schedule an Apex or invoke an Apex at a particular time, at a specific time. To write a batch Apex, your class must implement the to write a schedule Apex, your class must implement the database.schedulable interface and includes the following method. So I just copy pasted from the previous slide. That's why you see those errors. Including the following method only execute. If you remember, batch Apex has three methods: start, execute, and finish, right? But schedule Apex will have only one method, which is execute. Okay, so there is another way to schedule. I'll show you how. Not only from code, if we go to Apex classes, we'll see an option called schedule Apex. Okay, so whenever we click on schedule Apex, we can create a job and select an Apex class. Let's check schedule batch Apex. But from the lookup, can we see anything? No, we can't see anything because nothing is created under schedule. Okay, so then how to do? So now we'll go create a new schedule class. Schedule batch per account. Generally, we'll take this name. Whatever the class we are going to schedule, we will create the schedule class on the same name. Schedule. Okay. So this should implement database dot. I just want to copy paste. Okay. So once we have database dot schedulable, schedulable. I think database is not required. Let me see this. Right. So database is required only for batch. Database dot only for batch. So for schedulable, database dot is not required. So that's why we got error. So I'll just change it in the slide also. It should implement schedulable, right? So now it's telling execute method is mandatory, right? Must implement the method. You can see here. You must implement the method void system dot schedulable dot execute. So that means execute method is mandatory. So public void execute. This should be a static. And it should always remember, either it's batch or schedule or Kubel Apex, you need context variables. Those context variables will um, give us true or false. So in this, if you go down, you'll see this. You can just copy paste from this schedule context, some SC. SC means S from the schedule, C from the context, SC. Okay. So this is the syntax of a, this is complete syntax of a schedule Apex. Okay. So now this schedulable will tell the Apex or tell the compiler that this is a schedule class. So this class can be executed. So what I'll do, I'll just create a batch in this SCB is equal to new batch Apex. Then database dot database dot, I didn't, why I didn't get execute batch. We don't need to mention the, we don't need to mention the batch size. Default batch size will be 200. We can also mention the batch size like 10 or 20 or whatever. So we can also directly give the batch variable. So default size will be 200. Now this can be scheduled. So if we search, we'll see the schedule Apex now. Account cleaning batch schedule. Okay. So and we can schedule whenever we want. So generally in lot of projects, I have seen people schedule on Saturdays. Okay, Saturdays or Mondays. Monday before start of the day or Saturday after end of the day. So a lot of companies work on Saturday also, even in US. So they'll have weekly off on Monday and they'll work on Saturday because a lot of customers available will be available on Saturday, especially insurance kind of insurance companies, health related companies and all will be operating on Saturday. They'll have weekly off on Monday. So Saturday after working hours or Monday before working hours, they'll schedule. Okay, we can also specify the end time, start time, and also preferred time. So let's say I want to execute this at 9 p.m. every Saturday for next 1 year. So I can schedule it. I can create a schedule. Okay, if you go to schedule Apex, you can schedule an Apex. So then how to check? See, from this Apex jobs, you can see all the schedules. So these are all completed jobs. So now this is queued. You can see here Apex job is queued. Right? So these are all executed. Sometimes these are failed. last one batch is executed, 3 batches, right? Okay, you need to find out something. So now I queued at schedule apex, right, with a batch. So how to cancel it? Tell me tomorrow, not today. This how to cancel it. Do we have option here? We don't have option here. Then how to cancel this batch? I mean cleaning account cleaning batch schedule. Find out, okay, and tell me tomorrow. So from here we can create a schedule, or we can also schedule from any apex, any other apex. So simple. Just create an instance on this class name ACPS is equal to then so schedule apex can be scheduled in two ways. Schedule apex page in the Salesforce user interface, which I showed, or using system.schedule method. So this is what the format is actually. I'll just copy paste from here so that it will be easy for us. So whenever we schedule, we should specify the time, right? So to specify the time, this is what the time is, okay? So string sch is equal to 20, 38, 10 to question mark something. So this is explained here. 20 seconds, 30 minutes, 8 hours, day of month is 10, month is 2, day of week question mark, okay? And year is optional, year is not specified. So on Feb 10th, 8:30 in the morning is the time, is the date and time. So we can change this. We are in 6th month, we can make it 7th month, we can make it second date or whatever. So 4th is holiday, 4th. So 10 is 22, right? I can make it 00 and I can make it 0. So then we have something called system.schedule, some title, account cleaning, the time, and last one is the schedule apex. Okay, so this is the correct format. Like first we will create an instance for a schedule apex, and then we will create the time in the form of string. Then we'll execute schedule, or we'll schedule an apex using this one. So this schedule apex is added here. So if you want to see how it works, I mean how okay, it didn't come. If you type system and then dot, you will see all the list of methods under it, right? Now it didn't come, but you give it right. So now let us execute this part. So on July 4th, this will get scheduled. execute headed. What is missing? Missing closing quote on string, line number 6. I don't understand the error. Let me just it's telling that the string closing is not given correctly. Let me just system dot. Why am I not getting today all? So system dot should give me all the system methods, right? Sometimes it doesn't work. Let me go to this, should be there in the trailhead. You can also go to developer.salesforce.com, see the syntax and all, but best is this trailhead. So you can see here, implement schedulable and something, some task utility class they used, and this is how we can schedule. Okay. Did I do any mistake here? Okay. So this cannot be edited, right? So that's what the error in the below. So because it's already scheduled, so we cannot modify. So what is the mistake here? I'll do one thing, I'll copy paste. So let me run this. Then oh, trend. Both are very similar, right? I don't know why I got error. Oh yes, I found it. So this one should be like this. It says syntax error. So this is scheduled on 15th next year. So this will be scheduled on um, July 4th. Let's see. So let's go back and check the Apex jobs. You can see here two more schedules are queued, right? This is submitted date. So we'll see the completed date when it is completed. So, but you have to find out where exactly we can remove this, delete these queues. Okay, we have three queues, right? So this one we did from setup. These two we queued using developer, anonymous window. These statements, right? So whenever you copy paste, you need to take care of this single quote. This will give the issue always every time whenever you copy paste from somewhere, everything will be fine except this single quotes and double quotes. Okay, so and we can also use queuable apex to queue. Just instead of implement schedulable, we'll give queuable. That is the only difference. Queuable is used to queue an apex. Okay, so I'm not talking about it now. Then annotations. We'll talk about annotations. Annotations in Apex. In Apex, we see annotations. Annotations are nothing but a decorator. Annotations are also called as decorators. Not in Apex. Generally, those are decorators. If we have at the rate, we will call them as decorators in other programming languages. So here we call them as annotations. So in Apex, we can use annotations to define some special behavior for methods in our classes. Here is the list of some important and useful annotations in Apex. There is a specific behavior, input type, return type, attached to each one of them once defined. Okay, so I have listed total 7. Okay, so but there are about 12-13 annotations which are not very important at this moment. Okay, you already seen at the rate of future, right? So at the rate of future annotation, where is that? At the rate of future annotation will make a method ready for future. This one, future example. If we annotate, this is called annotation. So if we annotate a method with at the rate of future, that means this method can be executed in future. So that means this method will be put into asynchronous process. Okay. In the same way, we have other annotations. Okay, first future annotation. Use the future annotation to identify methods that are executed asynchronously. When you specify future, the method executes when Salesforce has available resources. That means whenever this ID is available, if we execute this future method, only this will be executed if the ID is available. For example, we executed this in a trigger. If trigger doesn't have account ID, this feature will not execute. At the same time, whenever these resources are available, that means when the server is free, then only the future will execute. Okay, until the system resources are available, future will not execute. Future will be in queue. Okay, then at the rate of or enabled. So this annotation is useful for lightning components development. We anyway will discuss about this later, but still, so I just showed you something. This contact controller is something which is used for lightning components development or LWC, lightning web components development. Okay, so this aura enabled will make this available to refer in the lightning components. Okay, we'll discuss about this later. I'm just thinking how this class available in our 7M org. So providing this annotation make your method available to a lightning component, both R and LWC. Okay. So I'll give an overview on Aura, and I'll give a complete session on LWC Lightning Web Components, which is very latest. Then what are the another annotations? Invocable method is very important. Invocable method is used for an Apex uh, to make it available in process builder. Use the invocable method annotations to identify method that can be run as invocable actions. The invocable method must be static and public or global, and its class must be an outer class. Only one method in a class can be the invocable method annotation. Other annotations cannot be used with the invocable annotations. Okay, so we can have an invocable method. We can have only one invocable method in a class, and we cannot use any other annotations in the same class. Let's say delete contact. I just want to create a method with invocable method public static void delete contact. Let me name it as one. I don't want to make it as a constructor. So ID contact ID. So then I want to just okay. So let's try with this string. So ID is not supported in this invocable method. That's what the error I got. Just ignore the other errors. Let me close this so that those errors will go off. Okay, it's telling that it should be in the form of list. So okay, now list of contact ID, then query list of contact on list is equal to select ID from contact where ID is equal to colon contact. So these are how I can fetch and just delete from list, right? So this is how we can uh, delete a contact and use this. We can use this in process builder. So we cannot perform delete in any of the automations, right? Using workflow or process or any other thing, we cannot delete a record. We can write a process, or we can create a process on create edit, only create edit, right? Delete contact record change. When a record is created or edited, I can give some condition, check delete. I'm thinking what fields should I refer. So this is read only field, so deleted. Once this contact is deleted, this is checked to deleted. So I can't read that field. Remember, formula fields cannot be used for condition in process. So I don't have any field. So we can make something like someone check an option um, in contact object. We'll create a checkbox. When someone check it and save it, then we will delete. So now I don't have anything. So let's say name. So last name. Anyway, I'm not going to execute this. Okay. So I want to tell you something. If I want to search with the name, so I can use starts with, ends with, contains. Contains will check if I have any, like if I use this, it will check the whole name. Starts with means it will check the starting. Equals means it should be equal, right? But if you use contains, it will check the whole string and it will check for this word. Okay. So then add action. In this you can use an fx, and in this you will see that delete contact. So only delete contact is available, right? Why only delete contact is available? Because it is annotated with @ of invocable method. Understood? So only this invocable methods are can be referred in process builder. So if you want to execute this invocable method, if you want to execute Apex from the process, then you should use at the rate of invocable method. I'll give you a very good example to try on quote object. So I'm not going to save this because this is not valid. We can't say when someone edit a contact, let them delete. It's not the correct scenario, right? And there are few more. Okay, invocable method, remote action. Remote action annotation provides support for Apex methods used in Visual Force to be called via JavaScript. So remote action annotations can be used to execute a class in Java using JavaScript via JavaScript in Visual Force or some other way. This process is often referred to as JavaScript remote. Then we have few more at the rate of test setup, at the rate of test visible, at the rate of each test. We will discuss tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll start discussing test classes. So these annotations are used for testing purpose, unit testing. Okay. So I think I'm done for the day. So tomorrow anyway we'll start discussing about test classes. Test classes are very important. So you can ask if you have any questions.
No questions, Pranav.
Okay, Navya. Meena,
No
any
questions,
questions?
sir.
Okay, sure. Navya, I missed my timeline yesterday. I have to send you the doc, but I didn't because I was very busy yesterday. Today I'll send you.
Yeah, no problem, Pranav.
Thank you. Okay then. Okay then. I'm done for the day. So tomorrow we'll discuss test classes. Test classes are very important. Don't miss it. I'll message to all. Okay then. Bye for now. Sign off.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.